If you still doubt, don't look at your past. Don't look at your mistakes. Don't look at what went wrong. Look at me. Because your doubt is not coming from reality. It's coming from fear pretending to be wisdom. You say you don't believe you can rise again. You say you don't trust yourself. You say you're unsure, confused, tired. But listen to me carefully. Your doubt's not humility. It is hesitation dressed up as intelligence. You doubt because you measure yourself by your failures. You doubt because you remember every time you fell. You doubt because the pain was loud and the results were silent. But I was silent too, and still the stone moved. You think doubt makes you realistic. It doesn't. It makes you small. You stare at the size of the mountain instead of the strength growing inside you. Look at me. I stood where you stand now, rejected, questioned, misunderstood. I was surrounded by people who doubted, and I did not lower my calling to match their fear. You doubt because you keep asking, what if I fail again? I ask you something harder. What if you don't rise this time because you were afraid? Doubt doesn't protect you. It imprisons you. You call it being careful. I call it hiding. Look at me. I walked forward when there was no certainty. I spoke truth when it cost me comfort. I carried weight I didn't deserve, so you could stop carrying fear you don't need. You say you don't feel ready? Read my eyes carefully. Read my scars. Read my stand. Read my silence before the storm. I didn't wait to feel strong. I moved, and strength followed. You keep waiting for proof, but proof comes after obedience, not before. Doubt wants guarantees. Faith demands movement. You say, once I believe, then I'll act. No, act, and belief will catch up. Every time you choose comfort, doubt grows. Every time you avoid the call, doubt gets louder, because doubt feeds on delay. You don't doubt because you are broken. You doubt because you are standing at the edge of change, and change is terrifying. Look at me. I am not asking you to be perfect. I am asking you to be brave enough to step forward. Stop replaying the worst version of yourself. Stop identifying with your lowest moment. That moment did not define you. It prepared you. You think falling disqualified you. It trained you. You think weakness exposed you. It refined you. If you still doubt, it's because you're looking inward too much and upward too little. You don't need more signs. You don't need more motivation. You don't need permission. You need to stand. Stand when your voice shakes. Stand when your hands tremble. Stand even when belief is quiet. Because courage is not loud, it's chosen. I am not disappointed in your doubt. I am disappointed in how long you've let it speak for you. Your doubt says, stay where you are. I say, move. Your doubt says you're not enough. I say you are becoming. Your doubt says, what if it doesn't work? I say, what if you were built for this? Look at me, not as an escape, not as an excuse, but as a mirror of what happens when fear does not win. I didn't rise so you could stay down. I didn't endure so you could hesitate. I didn't overcome so you could remain unsure. So if you still doubt, don't argue with your thoughts. Don't wrestle your fear. Just look at me and move. Because the moment you step forward, doubt loses its power and purpose takes its place. If you want success, become deserving. Listen carefully. This message is not here to motivate you. It's here to expose you. Because the truth is simple and painful. You don't lack ability. You lack discipline. You don't lack opportunities. You lack standards. Everyone says they want success. But success doesn't care about your words. It only responds to your habits. Your life right now is not an accident. It is a reflection of who you are becoming every day. And if your life feels stuck, messy, or disappointing, that's not bad luck. That's feedback. Success asks only one question before it enters your life. Can I trust you with more? And every day you answer. When you wake up late, you answer. When you procrastinate, you answer. When you quit because it's uncomfortable, you answer. You are constantly telling life who you are, and life believes you. If you want to become deserving, stop lying to yourself. Stop calling distractions breaks. Stop calling fear thinking. Stop calling laziness waiting for the right moment. There is no right moment. There is only discipline or regret. Deserving people don't wait to feel ready. They move while feeling scared. They work while feeling tired. They stay consistent while motivation disappears because they understand this truth. Feelings do not build futures. Actions do. You say you want more money, more respect, more peace, but your daily routine looks like someone who doesn't. That's not an insult. That's a wake-up call. Success is not built in dramatic moments. It is built in small, boring, repeated decisions. Doing the work when no one is watching. Showing up when there is no reward. Staying disciplined when quitting feels justified. Anyone can try when it feels good. Anyone can work when results come fast. But deserving people work when it's silent, when progress is invisible, when doubt is loud. They don't rely on motivation. They rely on standards. Low standards create weak lives. High standards force growth. If you tolerate excuses, you will live with regret. If you tolerate discipline, you will live with power. Pain is unavoidable. You will suffer either way. You will suffer from discipline, or you will suffer from regret. Choose wisely. Stop asking life for easier days. Life doesn't respond to begging. Life responds to strength. And strength is built by doing what most people avoid. Success is watching you right now. Watching how you use time. Watching how you respond to failure. Watching how you treat your own potential. And here is the hardest truth you need to hear. If you are still stuck, it's not because you are unlucky. It's because you haven't changed enough yet. But that can change, starting now. The moment you raise your standards, life is forced to adjust. So ask yourself this, honestly, are you living like someone who deserves the future you dream about? If not, stop dreaming, start becoming, because success is not given to those who want it. It is given to those who are ready to carry it. You don't feel strong, and that's exactly why this message is for you. Because real strength rarely announces itself. It doesn't shout, it doesn't pose, it survives quietly. You think strength looks like confidence, like control, like having everything figured out. But that's not strength, that's comfort. Strength is waking up when you don't want to. Strength is showing up when quitting would be easier. Strength is staying alive on days you secretly wish you weren't. You underestimate yourself because you judge your strength by how you feel. And right now you feel tired, drained, worn down. But listen to me carefully. Feeling tired is not weakness. It's proof you've been carrying weight. You didn't break when life pushed you. You bent. You adjusted. You kept going. That's strength. You're still standing after things that should have destroyed you. Loss, failure, rejection, silence. Moments when you questioned your worth. your purpose, your faith, and yet you're still here. That alone says more about your strength than any victory ever could. You tell yourself, I can't do this anymore. But you said that before, and somehow you're still here saying it again. That's not coincidence. That's resilience you refuse to acknowledge. You don't give yourself credit because you compare your private battles to other people's public wins. You don't see their fear, their breakdowns, their doubts. You only see the result and assume you're weaker. You're not. You're just fighting a war that doesn't get applause. Strength is not never falling. Strength is getting up without anyone cheering. Strength is continuing even when nobody understands how hard it is for you. You think strong people don't struggle. They do. They just don't let struggle decide their direction. You've been tested in ways that forced you to grow muscles you never asked for. Patience, endurance, self-control, faith. You didn't choose those lessons, but you survived them. That means something. You're stronger than the version of you that first faced this pain. Stronger than the person who thought they wouldn't make it through. Stronger than the voice in your head that keeps telling you to stop. And here's the part you don't want to hear. If you weren't strong, life would have already broken you. But it didn't. It tried over and over. And you're still breathing, still hoping, still trying. That's not weakness. That's quiet power. You don't need to feel fearless to move forward. You don't need confidence to take the next step. You only need the strength you already have. The strength that carried you this far. The strength that got you through nights no one knows about. Stop waiting to feel strong. Strength isn't a feeling, it's a decision. A decision to keep going even when your mind begs you to stop. You are not fragile. You are not weak. You are not finished. You are stronger than your fear, stronger than your past, stronger than this moment. And one day you'll look back at this version of yourself and realize, this was the moment you didn't quit. This was the moment your strength spoke louder than your doubt. You are stronger than you know. And now, it's time you start believing it. You've been waiting so long that waiting now feels responsible. You call it patience. You call it wisdom. You call it being realistic. But deep down, you know the truth. You're not waiting for God. You're waiting for fear to stop talking. You keep telling yourself soon. After this, when things settle, when I'm ready. But let me ask you something uncomfortable. How many years does soon get? Because life didn't pause while you were waiting. Time didn't slow down out of respect for your fear. The world kept moving, and you stayed stuck, watching. Here's the part nobody likes to hear. Waiting has become your excuse to avoid responsibility. Not responsibility to others, responsibility to your calling. Jesus never told anyone, think about it for a while. He said, follow me. Not later, not after healing, not after confidence. Now. You're still waiting for a sign, but obedience was the sign. You're still asking for clarity, but clarity comes after movement, not before. You say you don't want to make the wrong move, but doing nothing is a move. And it's costing you. Every day you delay, fear gets louder, doubt gets stronger, and courage gets weaker. You didn't lose momentum by failing. You lost it by hesitating. Jesus didn't wait for conditions to improve. He walked into uncertainty and made the path by walking. You're exhausted, not because you've done too much, but because you've been carrying a decision you refuse to make. Your soul knows it. That restlessness, that frustration, that quiet anger at yourself, that's not confusion. That's conviction. You already know what you're supposed to do. You just don't like the cost. You're afraid of being seen trying, afraid of failing publicly, afraid of proving your doubts right. So you delay. You hide behind prayer without obedience, faith without movement, hope without action. But hear this clearly. God does not bless hesitation. He meets obedience. If waiting was the answer, Jesus would have waited. If comfort was the goal, the cross would have been avoided. Your calling does not require you to feel ready. It requires you to move. You keep asking, what if I fail? But you should be asking, what if I stay here? What if 5 years from now you're still waiting, still planning, still explaining why it wasn't the right time? You don't need more motivation. You need honesty. You're scared, and that's human. But fear was never meant to be your leader. Jesus didn't free you so you could stand frozen at the edge of purpose. He freed you so you could walk, even shaking, even unsure, even afraid. Because courage is not confidence. Courage is obedience under pressure. Stop waiting for peace before the step. Peace comes after the step. Stop waiting for strength. Strength shows up when you move. Stop waiting to feel worthy. You were called before you felt qualified. This is not a season of waiting anymore. It's a season of decision. Get up, not tomorrow, not when fear leaves, not when it makes sense, now. Because the moment you move, everything shifts. The door doesn't open first, the step comes first. Jesus is not behind you, telling you to wait. He's ahead of you, already walking. And the only thing standing between you and the life you prayed for is your refusal to move. Footsteps stop. Silence. There is no more waiting, only obedience, only movement, only now. You don't suffer because of your past. You suffer because you keep dragging it into places it no longer belongs. Every mistake you made now speaks to you like it owns you. It whispers, remember who you were? Don't try again. You already failed. And slowly, you start believing it. But hear this clearly. Your past is loud because you keep giving it a microphone. Jesus never carried his past on his back. He carried purpose in his steps. People tried to define him by where he came from. A carpenter's son from a small place. Nothing special. But he didn't argue. He didn't explain. He walked. You keep explaining your past like it needs permission to let you move forward. It doesn't. The truth is uncomfortable. You've turned your worst moments into a life sentence. You punish yourself for decisions you made with the understanding you had back then. But growth means this. You are not required to stay loyal to the version of you that was broken. If the past decided the future, change would be a lie. Forgiveness would be pointless. Hope would be fake. Yet Jesus never asked, what did you do before? He said, get up, walk, not tomorrow. Not when you feel ready. Now. Your past can explain your scars, but it cannot command your direction. Your pain is not proof that you're weak. It's evidence that you survived. And the people who keep reminding you of who you used to be, they're afraid of who you're becoming. Jesus always moved forward because anyone who keeps looking back eventually loses their way. You're still breathing. That's not an accident. You're still here. That's not mercy wasted. It means your story is unfinished. Your worst failure was not your ending. It was a chapter, a brutal one. But chapters are meant to turn Stop bowing to a past that God already forgave. Stop letting yesterday sit in the driver's seat of tomorrow. You are not what you did. You are not what broke you. You are not what almost destroyed you. You are what you choose next. And sometimes the most powerful act of faith is not praying louder. It's walking forward without permission from your past. Footsteps grow stronger. Music rises. Leave the past behind. The future belongs to those who keep walking. Jesus is already ahead. My child, I see the fear in your heart. I see how it rises when the future feels uncertain, when answers seem far away, when life feels heavier than you expected. I know the moments when you lie awake, your thoughts moving faster than your peace. You wonder how things will turn out. You wonder if you are strong enough, and I speak to you gently now. Do not be afraid. You are not walking this path alone. Even when you cannot feel me, I am near. Even when you doubt, I remain faithful. My presence does not leave you in difficult seasons. It draws closer. Do not be afraid of tomorrow. Do not be afraid of change. Do not be afraid of what you cannot control. I already stand in the place you are worried about. I know the road ahead, even when you cannot see it. Nothing surprises me. Nothing overwhelms me. Your life is safe in my hands. Fear tells you that things will fall apart. Fear tells you that you will fail, that you will lose what matters most. But fear does not speak truth. I do. And I tell you this: you are held. You are protected. You are deeply loved. I know you are tired of being strong. I know you feel worn down from carrying worries that were never meant for you. You do not have to pretend with me. Bring your fear honestly. Bring your weakness. I will not turn you away. Do not be afraid of your tears. Do not be afraid of your doubts. Do not be afraid of asking for help. I am gentle with you. I understand your heart. When your courage feels small, my strength is enough. When your faith feels weak, my faithfulness remains. Look at how I care for the world around you. The sky, the earth, the quiet details of creation. If I care for all these things, how much more do I care for you? Fear may visit, but it does not belong to you. Peace is your home. Trust is your foundation. Love is what holds you together. Even now when you feel unsure, I am working. Even now when you feel delayed, I am preparing something good. What feels like waiting is not wasted. It is shaping you, strengthening you, teaching you to trust. So breathe, my child. Slow your thoughts. Rest your heart. You do not need to see the whole journey. You only need to take the next step with me. I will give you light for today, and tomorrow I will give you more. Do not be afraid, not because life will always be easy, but because you are never alone. Not because fear will never come, but because it will never rule you. Not because you are strong, but because I am with you, and I always will be. My child, listen to me. You matter, not because of what you achieve, not because of what you give to others, not because of how strong you appear. You matter because you are mine. I know there are days when you question your value, days when your voice feels small, when your presence feels unnoticed, when you wonder if your absence would even be felt. I see those thoughts. I hear the quiet questions you never speak out loud. And I want you to hear this clearly. You matter. I see you when you feel like you are falling behind in life, when others seem to move forward while you struggle just to stand. Do not measure your worth by comparison. I did not create you to be like anyone else. I created you with intention, with care, with purpose. I see the weight you carry, the responsibilities that press on your chest, the expectations you try to meet, the fear of disappointing others. You were never meant to carry all of this alone. Come to me. You matter even when you feel tired. You matter even when you feel broken. You matter even when you feel unsure of yourself. There is nothing about you that is accidental. Not your personality, not your sensitivity, not your past. Even the parts of you that you wish were different, I use them for good. I see you questioning your worth because of past mistakes. You replay them in your mind and let them define you. But I do not see you through your failures. I see you through love. I see who you are becoming, not who you were. You are not disqualified. You are not forgotten. You are not too late. You matter even on days when your faith feels weak, even when your prayers feel empty, even when you feel distant from me. My love does not fade with your feelings. I am close to you in your quiet moments, in the late nights when your thoughts keep you awake, in the mornings when getting up feels harder than it should. I am there. You matter to me more than you realize. I see the kindness you show when no one thanks you. I see the sacrifices you make that no one notices. I see the effort you put in when you feel unseen. Nothing you do in love is wasted. When the world makes you feel replaceable, remember this: I know your name. When people walk away, I stay. When you feel overlooked, my eyes remain on you. When you doubt yourself, I believe in you. You matter not because you are perfect, but because you are precious. I did not create you to simply survive. I created you to live with meaning, to grow, to heal, to love. Your life has weight. Your presence changes things in ways you cannot always see. Even your pain has purpose, not to harm you, but to shape you, soften you, and strengthen you. One day you will understand how the wounds you carry now became the places where light entered. So do not give up on yourself. Do not silence your heart. Do not shrink because you think you are too much. You are not too much for me. You are not a burden. You are not invisible. You matter when you speak. You matter when you rest. You matter even when you feel like you are doing nothing right. Let my words settle into your heart today. Let them replace the lies you have believed for too long. You are seen. You are known. You are loved. And you matter. Today, tomorrow, and always. I am with you. My child, I see you. Not the version you show to the world. Not the smile you wear to hide your pain. I see the real you. The one who keeps going even when the heart feels tired. The one who stays silent when words feel too heavy. I see you when you feel unnoticed, when your efforts feel unseen, when you wonder if anyone truly understands how hard you're trying. I see you. I see the battles you fight quietly, the tears you wipe away before anyone notices. I see the strength it takes for you to wake up each day and face a world that does not always feel kind. You may think your pain is invisible, but it is not hidden from me. I see you when you pray and feel no answer. I see you when you wait and feel forgotten. I see you when your faith feels fragile and your hope feels thin. And still, I am here. Do not mistake silence for absence. Just because you cannot hear my voice does not mean I am not working. Some of my greatest work happens in the quiet, where trust is formed and hearts are strengthened. I see the way you love, even when it costs you something. I see the kindness you show when you yourself feel empty. I see the patience you practice when everything inside you wants to give up. You are not weak for feeling tired. You are not broken for feeling overwhelmed. You are human and deeply loved. I see you replaying moments in your mind, wondering what you could have done differently. I see you carrying guilt that I have already forgiven. My child, you do not need to punish yourself for what I have already redeemed. Lift your eyes. I see you not as you were, but as you are becoming. I see the future you cannot yet imagine. I see the healing that is slowly unfolding, even when today still hurts. I see doors preparing to open, paths preparing to clear, strength preparing to rise within you. You are not behind. You are not forgotten. You are not alone. When you feel overlooked by the world, remember this: I chose you. When you feel small, remember that I see great worth in you. When you feel lost, remember that I know exactly where you are. I see you standing at crossroads, unsure which way to go. I see your fear of making the wrong choice. Trust me, I guide the willing heart, even when the steps feel uncertain. I see you when you feel like giving up, and I gently whisper, not yet. There is more ahead of you than what lies behind. Do not let one season define your whole story. Pain may have shaped you, but it will not be the end of you. I see your loneliness, and I sit with you in it. I see your questions, and I hold them with patience. I see your dreams, even the ones you are afraid to hope for again. Nothing about you is overlooked. Nothing about your life is accidental. Nothing you have endured is meaningless. Even when others walk past you without noticing, my eyes remain on you. Even when you feel unseen in crowded rooms, you are never unseen by me. So breathe, my child. You do not have to prove your worth. You do not have to earn my love. You already have it. I see you trying. I see you believing, even when belief feels hard. I see you staying when leaving would be easier. And I am proud of you. Rest in this truth tonight. You are seen. You are known. You are loved. And I am with you. Always. My child, I see you. Not the version you show to the world. Not the smile you wear to hide your pain. I see the real you. The one who keeps going even when the heart feels tired. The one who stays silent when words feel too heavy. I see you when you feel unnoticed, when your efforts feel unseen, when you wonder if anyone truly understands how hard you're trying. I see you. I see the battles you fight quietly, the tears you wipe away before anyone notices. I see the strength it takes for you to wake up each day and face a world that does not always feel kind. You may think your pain is invisible, but it is not hidden from me. I see you when you pray and feel no answer. I see you when you wait and feel forgotten. I see you when your faith feels fragile and your hope feels thin. And still, I am here. Do not mistake silence for absence. Just because you cannot hear my voice does not mean I am not working. Some of my greatest work happens in the quiet, where trust is formed and hearts are strengthened. I see the way you love, even when it costs you something. I see the kindness you show when you yourself feel empty. I see the patience you practice when everything inside you wants to give up. You are not weak for feeling tired. You are not broken for feeling overwhelmed. You are human and deeply loved. I see you replaying moments in your mind, wondering what you could have done differently. I see you carrying guilt that I have already forgiven. My child, you do not need to punish yourself for what I have already redeemed. Lift your eyes. I see you not as you were, but as you are becoming. I see the future you cannot yet imagine. I see the healing that is slowly unfolding, even when today still hurts. I see doors preparing to open, paths preparing to clear, strength preparing to rise within you. You are not behind. You are not forgotten. You are not alone. When you feel overlooked by the world, remember this: I chose you. When you feel small, remember that I see great worth in you. When you feel lost, remember that I know exactly where you are. I see you standing at crossroads, unsure which way to go. I see your fear of making the wrong choice. Trust me, I guide the willing heart, even when the steps feel uncertain. I see you when you feel like giving up, and I gently whisper, not yet. There is more ahead of you than what lies behind. Do not let one season define your whole story. Pain may have shaped you, but it will not be the end of you. I see your loneliness, and I sit with you in it. I see your questions, and I hold them with patience. I see your dreams, even the ones you are afraid to hope for again. Nothing about you is overlooked. Nothing about your life is accidental. Nothing you have endured is meaningless. Even when others walk past you without noticing, my eyes remain on you. Even when you feel unseen in crowded rooms, you are never unseen by me. So breathe, my child. You do not have to prove your worth. You do not have to earn my love. You already have it. I see you trying. I see you believing, even when belief feels hard. I see you staying when leaving would be easier. And I am proud of you. Rest in this truth tonight. You are seen. You are known. You are loved. And I am with you. Always. Keep walking, I am with you. My child, I see you. I see every step you take, even the ones taken in silence. Even the ones taken with fear in your heart. I see the moments when you smile for the world but struggle within. I see the nights when your prayers feel heavy and your answers feel far away. And still I say to you, keep walking. You are not lost even when the path feels unclear. You are not abandoned even when the road feels lonely. I am closer than you think. I walk with you, step by step, breath by breath. There will be days when the mountain feels too steep, days when your strength feels small and your faith feels tired. You will wonder if you can take one more step. In those moments, remember this: you are not walking alone. When you feel weak, I carry your strength. When you feel unsure, I steady your path. Do not be afraid of slow progress. Every step forward matters, even the quiet steps, even the painful ones. I do not rush you. I do not push you beyond what you can bear. I walk at your pace because I know your heart. Sometimes I will lead you through valleys you did not choose. Sometimes the road will not look like what you prayed for. But trust me, every path I allow has a purpose. I am shaping you, strengthening you, preparing you for what lies ahead. What feels like delay is not denial. What feels like silence is not absence. Keep walking, even when you do not understand. Faith is not about seeing the whole road. It is about trusting the one who walks beside you. There will be moments when you stumble, moments when you fall. Do not let shame keep you on the ground. Rise again. I do not count your failures the way the world does. I see your heart. I see your effort. I see your willingness to keep going, even when it hurts. When the world tells you to give up, listen to my voice instead. I whisper courage into your spirit. I breathe peace into your fear. I remind you who you are, chosen, loved, never forgotten. Look around you. The road may be quiet, but it is not empty. I am in the wind that moves around you. I am in the light that guides your steps. I am in the strength that lifts you when you feel you have none left. You do not need to walk faster. You do not need to be stronger than you are today. All I ask is that you keep walking, one step at a time, with faith, with trust. When you feel alone, remember this truth. I have never left your side, not in your darkest moments, not in your waiting seasons, not even when you doubted me. My love does not depend on your perfection. My presence does not depend on your confidence. I walk ahead of you, preparing the way. I walk beside you, sharing the journey. And when you cannot walk anymore, I carry you. So lift your head, steady your heart. The road before you still holds promise. The future still holds hope. And I am already there. Keep walking, my child. I am with you always. There are moments in life when the weight feels too heavy, when your prayers feel unanswered, when the road ahead disappears into darkness. You smile in front of others, but inside you are tired, tired of trying, tired of hoping, tired of asking, God, where are you? But listen closely. And silence does not mean absence. Delay does not mean denial. And your breaking point is not the end of your story. Sometimes God allows the storm not to drown you, but to teach you that you can walk on water when your eyes stay fixed on Him. Right now, your mind is filled with fear. What if it never works out? What if I fail? What if I lose everything? But faith asks a different question. What if God is preparing something greater than I can imagine? The human brain searches for certainty. It wants proof, guarantees, visible answers. But trust lives in a deeper place, a place the heart understands before the mind does. Trust is choosing to breathe when panic says you can't. Trust is taking one more step when exhaustion says stop. Trust is whispering, God, I don't understand, but I still believe you are good. Every impossible season carries a hidden invitation to release control. Because the truth is, you were never meant to carry this alone. God is not intimidated by your fear. He is not disappointed in your weakness. He is closest when you feel most fragile. Think about the seed buried underground, in darkness, in pressure, in silence. From the outside, it looks like nothing is happening, but beneath the surface, life is forming, roots are stretching, strength is building, a breakthrough is preparing. Your life may feel buried right now, but you are not being buried. You are being planted, and planted things grow. Trust is not pretending the pain isn't real. Trust is saying, even here, God is working. Even in the hospital room, even in the empty bank account, even in the broken relationship, even in the sleepless nights, especially there, when life feels impossible, God is doing His deepest work inside you. He is shaping patience. He is strengthening endurance. He is expanding your capacity to receive joy. One day you will look back at the season you begged to escape and realize it built the person you prayed to become. So don't rush the process. Don't curse the waiting. Don't surrender to despair. Lift your eyes. The same God who carried you before is carrying you now. The same God who opened doors in the past is preparing new ones ahead. You are not forgotten. You are not abandoned. You are not failing. You are being formed. And when your strength runs out, that is where grace begins. So breathe again. Pray again. Hope again. Not because life is easy, but because God is faithful. And faithfulness has never failed a trusting heart. Hold on. What feels impossible today is the foundation of tomorrow's miracle. Trust him, even here, especially here.